Okay, take it away, Denise.
Good morning, girls. It's a very exciting morning this morning. We have so much to tell you about what's coming up. We've met personally with the leaders a few times on this amazing trip we've just had, which we just all loved to bits. A couple of people got a bit sick at the end, but there's a lot of travel, there's a lot of airport waiting, stuff like that. So I think, sometimes that's a challenge. But we've got some beautiful gifts coming up for everyone. It couldn't be a better time for us in Vidify at the moment. We're perfectly timed, back on track with everything. Great things on offer for us, especially right now, great stuff right through for over 12 months. So everyone can build a diamond business if that's what they want, and help their team to get there as well. So yeah, here we go. Yes, just great news coming up. So stay tuned.
Yeah, good. Thanks for that intro. So it looks like I'll just keep letting people in, but I'll just go through quickly the agenda for today. So it'll be 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We'll keep it as short as we can, but we get excited and talk a lot, and people ask lots of questions, which is great. This is a good time if you're on this call to ask questions, to consider yourself a leader, consider yourself somebody that is putting your hand up to say, I really want to partner with Vidify. I want to partner with Vita Wellness Global for the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, long term, and use this opportunity to have your questions answered and really feel like you're informed so you can take charge of this for yourself. So what we'll go through today, obviously a little bit of an overview, a recap of the cruise and what that looks like for the announcement that the next year's cruise will be a Caribbean cruise. So that's pretty exciting. We're going to go through the May to July promotions that Vidify has just announced, I think yesterday. Very exciting promotions. We're going through the roadmap of how to get there. So that includes Denise's new training. So she's doing a five magical
Rewards
training. And of course, we've got our Monday night calls. We've got our Thursday night resuming our Global Founders training. We can do small groups as requested, and then our website is just going to take things to the next level. So we've got some really exciting announcements about our website. We'll go through the leaders updates that I posted yesterday, and we will go through a few other demos and talk about having a focus group and a few other bits and pieces. So we're recording now, so I might just get straight into it. And we're going to start with the cruise overview. Obviously, just have a quick chat about that. Amazing opportunity to go to another part of the world that, generally down under. It's quite a long hike to go over to Europe, but we went to Venice for a few days, and then we went to Rome. And of course, we got on the cruise at Venice, and we were going around the sort of the Mediterranean there, and had a couple of stops off at Mykonos and Santorini, and then Ancona. Kotor was in Montenegro, was absolutely just spectacular. The old town there. So some of this, beautiful, beautiful ancient history, and just getting the chance to spend time with Shane and Laura personally in a really social environment, and obviously all the other leaders from around the world. There were lots of meetings that were had. There were lots of brainstorming sessions. So we are very excited communally to be able to take things to the next level with Vidify. So obviously, again, we always talk about it's a partnership between Vidify Corporate and the field. And that partnership is one of cooperation and collaboration. So they can't do anything without us. We can't do anything without them. So what's really important is to keep great relationships and to keep strengthening those relationships and keep communication really, really open. I still believe that this is the best opportunity I've ever seen to change circumstances. A couple of things have come up recently in New Zealand specifically, and I don't know if this is completely relevant, but I will share it because it's something that I've thought about. We met up with Serge's very best friend for 30 years in Venice, who's an architect, and we met up there with a friend of his who's also an architect and helped design some of the pavilions for the art festival that was going on in Venice. Like, just beautiful. What an experience. And he was talking about in New Zealand at the end of the year, they're probably lifting the foreign investment ban, which means that we can expect house prices to probably rise by, 20%, maybe more again. So I'm not a New Zealand native, but the last time that happened, apparently, house prices just skyrocketed. And the risk is really, I would say, without overstating that, is really collapsing the middle class into the lower class. When this sort of thing starts to happen, and there's a bit of a trend for that, and New Zealand's officially in a recession. So there are a couple of factors here that I really would love people to take notice of and think, what is my alternative? What is my option? For some people, they might be lucky enough to own a property, have security. A lot of people aren't in that position. Through COVID, they were drastically affected by situations that changed the trajectory of their lives. So we would really, really encourage you. And when you're speaking about the Vidify opportunity to people, low barrier to entry, low cost, all training provided, all the support you could need. All that's required from you is the willingness, openness to try something for yourself, to take a chance on you, to bring whatever skills and expertise you have from any of your previous endeavors into this business. Hey, run this business like you run your life, build a new, strengthened community of connections, good quality connections, and turn that on its head, because that outlook is pretty grim for a lot of people. So, Australia may be following suit. I don't know exactly, but I really wanted to just talk about that to start off with, just to give a bit of a focus, because what is the alternative? And Liz Sinclair came up with a fantastic piece yesterday. It's a text that she's going to be sending out to her business builders saying, look, I really feel called to connect with you about an opportunity that's coming our way. And what is your alternative? Are you in need of finances? Are you in need of an alternative? Do you have a plan for the next 6, 12, 5 years? Where are you in your life? And get people actually connecting to their need. That's probably the most powerful thing we can do as business builders who are sharing this opportunity. So does everybody understand what I'm talking about the potential for collapsing the middle class into the lower class, and really that distinction becoming, the gap becoming so wide that it just, once you're in that, I feel like once you're kind of going down that path, it gets harder and harder and harder to recover from that. So I still truly believe that Vidify is an incredible opportunity. What we've seen in 12 months in the business is multiple women break the rank of diamond, a couple of men as well. Lots of Europeans are now coming up the ranks. Because Vidify has just been running the same promotion that they've announced for Australia and New Zealand in Europe for the last couple of months. I think they're coming up to their 3rd month of that, and they have seen massive uptick in volume, breaking elites, lots of premiers, people that hadn't ranked previously. We know this works. We know this promotion works. We know that it helps. People are motivated by that little bit extra. So we're talking about quite a lot extra actually in this promotion. So what I'll do is I'm going to share my screen and go to our Facebook hub and show you, we'll go through that promotion, and I'll just close out these tabs here in a second. And I might leave that one. I'll close that one out too. Okay, so in the hub, what we've been posting like mad over the last couple of days. What we've got here is so this is today's exciting updates. So I'll just touch on that. If you can read that, hopefully you can see that. We're touching on the May July promotions, the 5 Magical Rewards launch events, leaders updates, brand new roadmap, and website updates. Okay, so that's what we're going through today. And what we have here is the first of 2 promotions that are running simultaneously for Australia and New Zealand. Now, we think this is a stroke of genius leading up to the official opening of the company in our countries. Now, we've waited 12 months for this. We are just so stoked that we're finally arriving at this point. So this first one is return to rank. Now, for a lot of the early pioneers, what we experienced was massive momentum, a lot of excitement, just this almost unnatural growth and explosion of interest and of excitement around Vidify, around the product. unbelievable product stories and results, and then unbelievable business success in a very, very short time. Now, that's great. And what that did was put pressure on the supply chain for the product, combined with customs over in the USA with the FDA requirements for labeling changes, really put a stall on product supply. So what we experienced then was a dramatic decrease in sales because there was no product for a long time, and equal amounts of stress. But as I always say, we're in a pre-launch. It's not meant to be smooth sailing. We are creating the culture, we're setting the stage, and we are crafting this launch event so that we can have a thriving business opportunity once we've officially opened. And for all of you, I just say again, thank you. And I'm just so proud of everybody for sticking through that pre-launch, those teething pains, those growing pains. So for anybody who reached a rank back in the day and felt like suddenly their business was affected, points dropped, a whole leg fell off, whatever your situation was, this is the revival promotion. So this is a return to rank. So let's just say, hypothetically, you reached the rank of master and you were heading for premier sometime last year, for instance, and business dropped off. Now, what the incentive is that if you can return to master rank, you will get half of your rank advancement bonus paid to you again. Now, you only have to return to that rank 1 month out of the next 3, okay? So this promotion is May, June, and July, all the way to the end of July. And of course, our launch events are happening in July, so it's perfectly timed for that. You are looking to return to your highest rank 1 month out of those 3 for this particular part of the promotion. Now, this is very, very juicy. So if you'd hit senior previously, and you can hit senior again through our systems, our website, our Monday night calls, our Thursday night trainings, and all of the other roadmap formulas that we're putting together, including Denise's training, what you will get is a $250 bonus paid to you just for hitting senior again 1 time. If you hit master again, and that was your highest rank previously, you'll get 500. So normally the rank advancement bonus for master is 1,000. You'll get half of that paid to you again. Premier, if you'd reached Premier before and you've dropped back to master, for instance, let's make a concerted effort and a push to get you back up to Premier. That'll get you $1,250 USD, which is almost, you could say, over $2,000, close to $2,500 Australian or New Zealand. And of course, Elite. If you'd hit Elite before and you dipped back down, this return to rank promotion is, fantastic for you. So we have seen multiple people come back to their higher ranks, and people that had just started getting the traction for their business with senior and master returning to ranks quite easily, because what you've got is a lot of team members who are in the same boat. So I can't see a single team member that wouldn't take up this promotional opportunity and say, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? This is just enough of an incentive for me to get back on the horse and to get my focus sorted for the next 3 months until the launch. So we have a target. We know what the reward is at the end of that target, which is an open market in Australia and an open market in New Zealand, product available in Australia, and all the hype that's going to be surrounding a launch event in each country. Okay, so that's going to be massive, massive, massive. So that's the first rank promotion. The second one, which I'll touch on now, is very exciting because these two work simultaneously together. So you don't have to just do one of these, you can do both. So let's just say we talked about your highest rank before being master, and you can return to master rank and get that $500 US bonus. But let's see if you can consolidate another rank above that. Now, consolidate means for 2 out of any 3 months consecutively, you have reached that rank with the right group volume, with the 40% rule. So remembering what the 40% rule is, if you're not sure about that, I'll touch on that in just a second. And consolidate that new rank, a new high rank for yourself you not only get your return to rank bonus, but you get 1.5 times the rank advancement bonus that's normally paid out. So again, I just encourage you to say, what other options are you looking at in your life at the moment for income, especially being paid in US dollars? Okay, so when we open officially in Australia and New Zealand, we expect to be paying in Australian and New Zealand dollars and be paid out in our currency. It will still be the same ratio of bonus, but we love this getting paid in USD. So let's just have a look. So let's just say your previous high rank was Rapid Pro. You got Rapid Pro and nothing else really happened from there. So the key would be digging down into that small team that you've got and seeing who else is interested in achieving Rapid Pro, who might be looking to go to senior and get a $750 US bonus in your team in the next 3 months. So you're looking at $750 for senior, $1,500 US for master, $3,750 for premier, and a whopping $7,500 for elite. Now, last year we did the Diamond Club, and it was a great initiative. It was right in the middle of all the chaos. So I just think we did incredible things during that time. And yes, we broke a diamond, we broke an elite, we broke a couple of premiers, lots of masters, and tons of seniors. Now, when I go back to when I first hit diamond and consolidated that way back in, I think it was May and June last year, what was so exciting for me was that within that volume, there was one elite, there were premiers, there were multiple masters. We had about 40 seniors in that month. So what that means is that you're encouraging your team to go towards the rewards that they feel are attainable for them with all the help and support that we can give them. So look at that bonus, 7,500. If you double rank in the next 3 months, so if you go from senior to premier, for example, okay, let's just say senior was your previous high rank, you'll get an extra 250. You'll get 750 for hitting senior, 1,500 for hitting master, and 3,750 for hitting premier if you consolidate. So there isn't a limit on one only bonus. This is about putting that massive work and massive momentum back in and treating this business like you did when you first joined up, okay? Because now we have all the product. We have, everything is streamlined. We've got great systems. Our website is just being really well utilized. We can see that in the back end. So that's the promotion. Let me just come back. I'll answer some questions about the promotions and things at the end, so I can just get a lot of the information out first, if that's okay. But just on that promotion, remembering that to reach these ranks, you're looking at you need to be qualified, which means, and I hope you've got your pens and your pads with you, you must be active, okay? So active means you must have at least 100 PV personal order, which can come from your own orders or customers who purchase via your website link in their open country. So you might be in Australia and Australia is not quite open, but you might have people who are over in the Netherlands or in the UK or in New Zealand who are purchasing product through your link. That counts for your personal volume. Now, if you're really, really serious about this, and honestly, I'm going to urge you to do this, consider making your active qualification PV 150 for the month instead of 100. Up the ante, make a commitment to yourself. Obviously, if it's a financial stretch, then please don't put yourself under any financial pressure. But if you really want to take a chance on yourself, if you really want to stretch yourself, go for 150 PV order every single month. Make it a wellness ship, which means it comes out automatically. So in New Zealand, we can do that, not yet in Australia. But you will get 1 Vita point as well. Now, if you accumulate 25 Vita points, you get the trip to Bali. You don't get the flights paid for, but you get all the accommodation, you get the meals, you get the training, you get all the events and the activities that are going to be part of that beautiful CVV Club Vitify vacation trip in October. Or you might choose to go to where's the other place? Remind me. South America. We're going to, oh my God, who can remember? Anyone remember? I just had a mental blank.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. You might choose to use your 25 Vita points to go to Costa Rica and meet all the leaders there. So Vita points keep accumulating. It doesn't matter if you miss an order like it does with the Life Converted trip. We'll touch on that in a second. But I would really encourage you to up your monthly order to 150 because there's a couple of reasons. You're going to be guaranteed to get one extra Vita point every single month up until the end of the year. And that's, until the calculation for what you're eligible for in terms of trips. If you love travel, get on that. The other benefit is that encouraging your team members who are serious to also do a 150 PV order will give you 50% more volume than what you have the previous months, okay? So if you're looking to rank up to master and you're looking to get 10,000 points and you're at 5,000, by having a 150 PV order through your team, you're already up at 7,500 points just from automatic order. So it makes a big difference. Again, happy to strategize with any of you. We'll touch on strategy sessions a little bit later, but I did want to mention that the 40% rule for qualification is that you must have no less than 40% of your volume, or whatever rank you're aiming for, come from two of your smallest lines of business, and no less than 10% can come from your weakest line. Okay, so that's the 40% rule. So on our website, all the guides, all the trainings, we've spelled this out. It's it couldn't be more clear. So you need to get on the website and have a look. We'll touch on that in just a second. All right, so that's what I wanted to cover with the incentives. And what I'll do is just tick that off my list there. And I'm stopping the share. I'll come back to the screen quickly for a second. Has anyone got a couple of quick questions about the promotions, about how to ensure that everyone who's in your team, whether they're dormant, whether they're active, whether you haven't said hi to them for 6 months, you're going to make contact with them, send them that graphic and say, this is the most exciting thing to happen in Vitify. We are 2.5 months out from our official opening. We can get things cracking again. I've got a plan for how you can achieve 7,500 USD, reach your previous rank, how you can double your rank. You need to go to your people in your team who you've nurtured through the process and let them know that you have a vision for what they could do with this, because a lot of this leadership is about understanding the potential and then being able to cast the vision and offer the support, okay? So we're looking at a revival period for the next 3 months. So anyone got any questions about the promo before we touch on other things? Once you achieve your 25 points, I presume they just to keep accumulating. What is the cutoff for October? I think the cutoff for October is September. I will double check on that for the cutoff. We don't have the official document out yet, the graphic for Bali and for Costa Rica. I think it's the month before. Oh, hi, Joanne. No worries about no camera. I was going to ask you to just touch on how good our strategy call was the other night, where we did some strategy, but you're not well. So let me just see if I have it here. I don't. When I do a strategy call for somebody, though, generally this is what I'll do. I'll sit down with them, I'll have a look at their business, and I'll say, okay, this is where we need to get you. This is the plan, this is the roadmap. And I'll draw it out, I'll take a photo and I'll send it to them and their upline, so everybody's on the same page and kind of knows what the goal is for the month. So you can certainly, starting at the beginning of the month in the first week is a great time to do strategy and draw out the business. We went through this in the Diamond Club. Draw out the business, what you'd like to see happening, which spaces need to be filled, what the volume is that you're looking to attain, and that sort of thing. It was really helpful, thanks. Good. All right. As part of the plan, not in survival mode. Many people are in panic and worry. Too many are living in substandard circumstances. Yes, challenge to keep the energy and spirit up to motivate people. 100%. This is what really the importance of community and the importance of our team is because we can borrow that spirit, we can borrow that belief, that faith, and we don't let each other down. So we you know, as a group over the last 12 months, we're still growing and evolving, you know, but we know that this is a community that you can bring other people into, and they can kind of catch that vision as well. And that was very apparent on the cruise. You got leaders from all around the world. And what's interesting is that sometimes in a market, you'll have when the Europeans started, their market was quite slow, actually. It took them about 12 months to break a diamond, which really means 12 months to do $100,000 in volume in sales in a month. Whereas in Australia and New Zealand, we were looking at, you know, a matter of weeks of doing that. And so Europe sort of thought, oh my God, they're racing ahead, we're falling back. When you get to points where you feel now Europe is really, really thriving, and Australia and New Zealand are just kind of, you know, mounting our our re-attack, our launch, because we're very ambitious people in Australia and New Zealand. But we can borrow from the European belief and the vibe that's going on there with them, where they're all having massive success and breaking all these ranks, and we're like, yes, we did that, we can do that again. So it's very interesting to watch the ebbs and flows of business and of community, and also what you can borrow from people that are successful in particular periods to help build your belief. But you've got to be oriented that way. You've got to be willing and looking for that. Okay, any other? No, good. All right. So, yeah, seeing it on paper. I honestly, the strategy calls that we do, great. I love drawing out people's businesses and helping them understand what they need to do, what their plan of attack is for the month. And some of it is just about clarity. It's just about, you know, having the clarity of what you need to focus on. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is I'm going to do the leaders updates, and then we'll come back to Denise to go over her training, because her training forms part of the roadmap. But I just want to get a bit of the housekeeping stuff out of the way. So I will share the screen again, and we'll go back to where are we? Global Hub here. Oopsies, 1 second. Coming back, it's just easier to read it straight off here. Okay, so here is our leaders meeting update. And what's great for us is that we made contact with Shane and Laura when we were away on the cruise, and we said we would like to have a weekly meeting with you both and with Tyler and with Dave, specifically for the Australian New Zealand market heading towards the launch, so that we can ensure that this is a huge success, that we pick up where we left off with that massive momentum, and that we keep building far and wide. You know, Vidify has the potential to be one of those stories that you very rarely hear about in network marketing, where it's a simple concept, it's one product, it's highly effective, it's science-backed, the plan is really, really generous, and people get it and switch on and change their lives dramatically. And you see that happening en masse, actually. It's rare, it's really, really rare to see that sort of success potential, especially among you know, one or two. You might find one or two people being successful, but amongst whole teams and really having that energy and momentum and that vision held very, very strongly, it's very, very rare. Okay, so leaders meeting update. Now, the Australian launch, we've got at the QT Hotel in the Gold Coast, and the New Zealand launch is at the Maritime Room, Princess Wharf in Auckland. So if I can share this screen with you, I'll just move that out of the way. So here we've got, just let me know, can you see that change of screen here? Yes, can you see that Vidify official launch screen? Fantastic. All right, I'll just move that over there. So this is the Eventbrite. Now, this is where you can go and buy your tickets for Australia on the 13th, 14th, and 15th of July. All the details are here. So you just select your tickets. Now, what's good is because we've finalised the venues, they've put an early bird discount back. There's no discounts that we can get on accommodation. So that's pretty much up to each individual. But if you're flying over to the Gold Coast, think about whether you want to be there for the Friday night dinner, the Saturday full day event, the Sunday distributed training, that's also corporate run. And then, of course, there's a Monday opportunity meeting here as well. You might want to stay for 1 night, 2 nights, or 3 nights. So again, share a room with somebody, make it a fun mission, and head over to the Gold Coast if that's what you like. So you can just purchase your tickets here on this link. Now, where you find this link, we've got it on our website. We'll put it up on the hub. It's pretty much in a lot of places. The New Zealand link is just very, very similar. Looks exactly the same because they've put both dates on the same graphic. But you've got the New Zealand launch Saturday, the 20th of July. The format will be exactly the same. It'll be a Friday night leaders dinner. Now, I think that's going to be pretty much open to anybody who wants to come to that. I haven't heard that there's any sort of restrictions on rank or anything like that. It may be masters and above dinner, could potentially be, but I would really say you've got 3 months now to get to master. If you're not already there, please try and aim for master at minimum. Premier is great because that's the beginning of your regional founder. You then become a regional founder for life, and then you've got a whole 12 months to hit diamond to become a global founder. So again, well worth the push. So select your tickets. If you'd like to, you can go on our Vita Wellness Global website. So remember, vitawellnessglobal.com is our website. Under opportunity, you can go to the events tab, and it will come up here with, you can just go straight to Vitify launch events actually if you want to just click that there on the menu. And here are your launch events. So you can buy your tickets straight from our website as well. Easy to find if you don't have that link already. So we're trying to keep everything on our website so that it's an ecosystem for all information, support, resources. Okay, so you can just select your tickets here on the website. Okay, back to the leaders chat. So we've got the launch dates. So everything here that you need, including what the agenda is, how to book accommodation, what the links are for that. We've tried to be as helpful as possible. Now, we really want to fill these seats. We've got 500 seats to fill in the Gold Coast, and I think 200 or 300 in Auckland. So let's just do a really big push, please, to try to get this known about. Certainly you can invite your guests. If anybody was at the soft launch, you know that it's as good for guests as it is for distributors. So we'll really make a big event out of this, and it'll be fantastic to meet people in person. And the communication, you know, the lunches, the dinners, that's really where all the networking actually happens. You build relationships, and that's probably the most important thing. Okay, so that's all the info there. Email campaigns and promotional videos for the launches will start going out this week, and they'll be visible in the back office. Dave is being brought on as head of communications, and he is very invested in doing lots of promotional videos with music behind them and making this look really like it's very alive. And you could probably see that with some of the cruise videos that came out. They look fantastic, you know, like just some of the best bits and snippets to just really cast the vision to build that excitement. So Dave is responsible for putting together promotional videos, and they will go out this week. So these should be fantastic, and you'll be able to send these to your guests, to your contacts. I really would set a challenge for each one of you to bring 5 people along to each event. Please write that down. If you can bring 5 people along to the events, then you will have a diamond business, honestly. Now, if you can bring 5 people along who are ranking and who are also bringing people along, then wow, look out. So this will only happen once in our lifetime in Australia and New Zealand, where we get an official grand opening. Okay, we need to milk it, we need to maximize it, we need to really take advantage of what this opportunity represents in terms of profile for Vitify, excitement, enthusiasm. There'll be lots of free product giveaways. You know, you can imagine the soft launch was just a bit of a taster, but the official launch events are going to be fantastic. So this is everything that you want to invest into your business, okay? And it's all being done for you. All you need to do is turn up and bring some people. Bounce midway calls, wellness calls to continue each month. Apparently they're doing really well, especially the wellness calls with the different doctors coming on. So Vitify will be continuing to support the field in their own way, which is fantastic. We can expect a new WhatsApp messaging service to roll out soon. So that will be like a customer call center where you can message customer service. They will call you back. and it will be done on probably WhatsApp text messaging. So that means that you'll also receive text message updates about other things that are really important things. And so, we've been complaining for a while that we aren't receiving emails in a timely manner. Sometimes we don't get emails when somebody new joins our organisation. So the WhatsApp text messaging service will be upgrading the whole communication system. So that's going to be rolling out really soon. Bali, Costa Rica resorts are going to be announced on Monday. So the midway call, not Monday, the bounce call is on Monday. The midway call is middle of the month, every single month. So that's around about the 14th or 15th of May. So you can expect that the dates and the resorts in both Bali and Costa Rica will be announced. So as I said, if you look in your back office, there's a tile that says Vita Points. It's just in your home screen on your back office, there's a tile that says Vita Points. If you see that getting up to 25, that means you can go to one of these events. If you've got 50 points, you can go to both. If you've got 50 points, you can go and bring a friend. So there's going to be a lot of new looking at trips, incentive trips, because we love all that sort of stuff. So we've asked them to review how they rank and qualify people for trips. And I suspect it will get a bit more generous too. So look out for that.
Excuse me, Rebecca, do you know if we missed enrolling somebody 1 month, does that mean that even though it doesn't show on the screen, our numbers have set back to 0?
No. So Life Converted trip, which is the cruise every single year, you must have an order in, you must be active, and otherwise gets your commission accumulation will actually revert back to 0. But with CVV trips, which is the Club Vitify vacation trips, these are the smaller yearly trips. They'll be more local. They won't necessarily pay for your flights, but they'll provide everything else at the location. You never lose those points, even if you didn't have an order in, or if you didn't enroll someone, or if you missed your wellness ship, you never lose them. They just keep accumulating. So you've got kind of two. Vitify is really big on doing these dual stream things, which is really confusing. You kind of got these parallel things always going on. Like you've got the parallel compensation plan, one rule for weekly bonuses, one rule for monthly bonuses. Then you've got the parallel travel rewards plans, one rule for Life Converted trips, that you can't sort of afford to miss, and then one rule for CVV Vita Points. Okay, so if you're in any doubt and you need more clarification, I'm happy to do a call about it, record something, do a graphic up about it if people really feel that they need more clarity around that. But the best rule of thumb is if you're a business builder, make sure you've got an active order and make sure that you're encouraging your team to have active orders. That way you're always eligibly qualified for the maximum that you can get from all the rewards that Vitify offers. But if you're sort of dabbling a little bit, you'll get the opportunity to build up Vita points towards these 2-3 yearly trips that Vitify offers. Not the big cruise that costs $20,000 that they give out. For a loyalty, for anyone who's been loyal and accumulated $15,000 worth of commission over any period of time. But for being active, recruiting, enrolling, having a wellness order, that sort of stuff, having customers purchase off your website, that gives you Vita points. Okay, so figure out where you're what your focus is and what you want, and then the plan of action is pretty much sort of set there. So okie dokes. We've got the Australian product. Exciting. Australian product is being prepared. Compliant labels are being prepared because obviously every market needs their own compliant labels, and 3 months of inventory will be shipped and ready for the launch. So they expect that inventory to land in Australia in June. They have two, as far as I'm aware, they have 2 logistics providers, and that they are looking at who's the best option, who's going to charge the lowest shipping postal fees, and who can they work with the best. So they've got global access, who have been fantastic in New Zealand, and they're looking at global access for the UK, for Canada. Probably, I'm presuming they'll go with global access for Australia. But they might have 2 states, I'm not sure, but they've got 2 providers they're looking at the moment. There has been some talk about a change in formula for Australian product for the Nanofy, because ARPA is a little bit stringent on, they work with the TGA, and TGA is very, very stringent on certain things. So this product isn't a therapeutic, it's a nutritional supplement. So if there's any requirements from the TGA's perspective or ARPA's perspective to change formulation, that might be around the vitamin D3, there's just a very minuscule amount of D3 in the product anyway. But sometimes that has in the past, according to consultants, caused problems for other companies who wanted to have products available in Australia with vitamin D3. If they couldn't provide a whole big pharmaceutical manufacturing goods practice certificate, which it's not a pharmaceutical. So I'm not sure, they're negotiating some things at the moment. They'll always be able to get product with vitamin D3 in it from New Zealand anyway to Australia, but looks like Australia might have their own vegan version of Nanofy. So that'll be exciting. Obviously, still all the same efficacy and studies done behind it, but it might actually open up a whole new market which hasn't previously existed, and that is something that we're pretty excited about as well. So as soon as we get, and if and when we get more information, of course, we just pass it on. I should actually just make Jess co-host because there's people coming in. Let me see, can I do that? Sorry guys, just one sec. I'm noticing that people are getting on, and I just might make her co-host as well. And this one here. Okay, that might, just in case people are coming in late, because it might take me a minute to see them sometimes. Okay, so racing through. New website rollout. Okay, so interesting is that we've probably, since we joined Vitify, we were only probably a year after Vitify got a website at all and had a back office at all and had any promotional material that was in English at all. So, we talk about the company's not a startup, but still kind of in its infancy. So one of the big things for all of us is appeal, is the aesthetic of the company that can really match the beauty of the product. And so far, we haven't really seen that. And so, of course, people like us, like Jess and I and Serge, we went out and did, we've done all of our own initiatives with creating our beautiful website and the hub and things like that. But Vitify have employed somebody to recreate their website. So your branded website, your generic, or your what's the right word? Not generic, but your own personal branded Vitify website with your username extension will look very, 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 very different over the next, I'd say, few weeks coming up to the launch. We got a sneak preview of it on the cruise, and it's great. It looks fantastic. Colours are all really complementary. Graphics are beautiful. Nice new clean images. It looks like a lot of other, I would say, websites that you would expect with a company like Vitify. So she's done a great job. What we've seen, we only got to see one page, but the whole ordering system will be redone. So this is exciting. So combined with our website, which is really training, resources, support, and education, you'll have a brand new Vitify website to roll out with the official opening in Australia and New Zealand. So why I get so excited is because for those of us who've, been in the trenches for the last 12 months or 6 months, we have really seen a lot of evolution, a lot of change. And but anybody coming in from sort of the launch period forward will have a completely different experience of Vitify as a business opportunity. And then you're talking about the ability to really scale, to duplicate, because you don't have all those headaches. There's not a lot of problems to solve anymore. It's kind of just about building the scaling of that, and then being able to go into obviously other countries and things like that. So Vitify are putting all their ducks in a row. They're really trying to consolidate and get things up to scratch, up to I would say a global standard. We jokingly say we've been in Mexico time for a long time with Vidify, and it's less professional than what we've asked for. So I think we put a lot of pressure on corporate. They've listened, which is great. I love a company that's, you know, so personal that we can really liaise with and we can co-create these incredible opportunities with, have really listened. So the website's going to be wonderful. So that is going to be ready for the launch. Hopefully it'll be a bit earlier, but we might get some sneak previews of that coming through over the next few weeks as well. So we're expecting that we will start off with a bang with Australia and New Zealand opening. So please just be in preparation phase, you know, start gestating this baby that you're going to birth around the launch time, and just do as much preparation now as you can. Aim for those ranks, see what you can get under your belt, become the leader so that people can look to you immediately when they join, and when there's this sort of, we're beginning that sort of stage of hypergrowth coming from the launch period. Just on that, a couple of other things. UK will have its own separate launch. That'll be next year in March, I hear. I need to do a bit more research on that one, but that's going to be an exciting thing. So then, of course, we'll have Canada, and then other countries will start to follow. So let's just get everything kind of watertight with Australia and New Zealand markets, and then we will be able to replicate that throughout the world. Okay, so e-wallet and crypto e-wallet card, something we've been asking for a long time. It's just got something to do with the international way that money is moved through Vidify. So they're looking to tighten that up, give us an e-wallet, and be able to be paid in crypto if that's your thing by the launch. Australia and New Zealand, yes, we will have pay in 4 options. Now, the only reason we haven't had them so far is because for Vidify to apply to have a pay in 4 account, you need a bank account in that country. So Vidify is open in New Zealand, and they're just working on getting all their accounts set up because they use obviously international transfer, things like, I'm not sure what platforms, but so once they're in each country, they get a bank account set up, then they can apply for a pay in 4 credit. So that means that your new distributors will be able to be supported in purchasing kits and be able to pay them off, which is probably going to be a big game changer, because obviously a lot of times the limitation for people is they would love to come in at the top level, get a 1250 kit, can't quite afford it. It's going to put some pressure on them until they're learning the ropes. So we really think this is going to help a lot. So we're getting closer and closer to all the things we've asked corporate for. We're being able to tick off the list. UK is days, weeks away from an announcement on local shipping that will see all taxes absorbed and built into the price. If you've tried to get product over to the UK, if you've got distributors over there or whatever, you know it's a nightmare. Every time there's a different VAT, there's nothing consistent. You don't know what the government's going to put on in terms of duties. It's a bit hit and miss. There's been no consistency. And Vidify has been very frustrated with that, as well as the distributors. So with our new with our new logistics team, they have found ways they've done some test shipments to absorb that. And so UK will have one fixed price for their packs, and there'll be no hidden surprises, no nasties added on at checkout. A lot of people have struggled with that because people in the UK have said, well, this is not sustainable, I don't like this, it doesn't suit me, and they've lost people to the VAT or to the duties, the extremely high. So Vidify is working on that, because we all believe UK is going to be a massive market, massive market. So you can just pretty much say that any market that is looking for opportunity is going to be massive. And I have this very quickly, I'll just say this. I was chatting yesterday to a couple of the girls, and we're talking about younger people coming into the business. And there was a comment made that, but it's hard with younger people because they're actually really healthy and they don't really have a lot of inflammation, and they don't really know friend groups who probably would benefit much from the product. And I said, what's really interesting is that if you're a real estate agent, you don't stop being a real estate agent because you own a house. You recognize that there are whole lot of people out in the world that need a house. So it's a business. It's a business for you. You're a real estate agent because there's a market for selling property, for providing people with a home. People are searching for solutions for their home. So it's a bit like this with Vitify. You don't have to need the product. You don't have to even have inflammation. You can be young and still find ways to market this product to people that will get the benefits as customers, but also to market to other people who are looking for a low cost, low entry, no-brainer type of business opportunity. The fact that we could break these records and hit these ranks in such record time consistently with so many people means that Vitify is really one out of the box when it comes to a network marketing company. And there's not too much to learn and get your head around. So we'll talk about more of that in trainings. Two more things. Canada, June target for local shipping. Now it's about a month delivery and very small numbers of product, so 3 bottles, personal use amounts. They're trying to find a way to get through the regulatory bodies over there that don't want that really regulate what can come into Canada.